What's up, Lifestyle Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, today we're going to be looking at a video from Eze. And this brother covers something that actually is quite unique. Now, apparently, there was a sister that had broke down why most successful black women are still single with no marriage proposals. Let's check this out.
Hello, welcome to Reactions and Reviews. I'm your humble host, Eze. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the show. Now, who is Ericka Pittman? Well, why don't I let her tell us what she does?
So, Epitome Solutions, what's that?
That's my personal consulting company.
So, when did you start that?
So I actually started that in 2007. Believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
People joke and call me Olivia Pope in the industry because I get a lot of back calls. Hey, so I heard you do X, Y, and Z. Come help me with this in a really stealth kind of way. So I've worked with a lot of different people, sort of ghost written for a few folks behind the scenes to help with strategy and help them with where they want to take their companies long term.
So all right, so you just, if I want to hire you as a consultant, what does that come with? Can you lay out your services?
Oh, okay. Well, we could be here for a while. But so I think the scope of services depends on the need. But for me, I do, at the net, I do enterprise leadership. So what that means is I can look at a company and I always say, are you building to sell or building to scale? Because if you're building something to create a legacy like Coca-Cola, right? Or Johnny Walker, one of those really big old brands, there's a different methodology that goes into building a 100-year brand than a brand that is looking to launch, get big enough to sell, and move on to the next brand.
What's some of the differences?
Well, you invent Santa Claus. Do you know Coca-Cola created Santa Claus, right? As we see him today, Coca-Cola designed Santa Claus. Coca-Cola has only changed its logo, I think maybe 3 or 4 times in the history of the entire company. So when you think about the decisions you make around a brand that is a legacy brand that's long-term, you tend to move slower, broader, and be more strategic about how you're building the brand versus a brand that needs to get big quickly so that it can be valuable enough to sell and move on.
Why don't we take a look at her IG and see how she represents herself on social media? Okay, she's rocking with 50K followers. Why don't we take a look? Okay, so as we see, good. She's not out here posting thirst traps, so that's good. That's very good. Based on what I'm seeing, she's keeping it classy. She dresses real classy and real respectable. You know what I'm saying? So I can respect that. Me personally, I like this green outfit, so let's see. She's a nice looking sister, but she looks mature. She looks a little older. Nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. She just looks a little older, okay? She's a matured sister. She looks to be her late 40s, early 50s. But she's an attractive sister. So why don't we see why she is still single? If you made it this far, hit that like button and leave a comment to trigger YouTube's algorithm. So hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to let you know every time I upload a new video.
But I think it's a combination of things. I think it's, so many people with me, for instance, I'm single, I don't have children, and people ask me like, what happened? And I'm a heterosexual woman, right? And so it's like, well, a couple things happened. I think first and foremost, I always say I spent too much time on the wrong relationships. That is, I tell any young woman, get in and get out. It's the OG classic. That's what Jay-Z said.
Classic.
That's what Jay-Z said.
Now you're speaking the language.
Right?
Now you're speaking the language.
Get out. If it works, great. If it doesn't, move on as quickly as possible, right? Learn the lesson, forgive, and move on.
No, I don't agree with that. That get in and get out, I don't agree with that. Because you get with this one, it doesn't work. 6 months, it doesn't work. You leave him. You go to the next brother. A year later, it doesn't work. You leave him. You go to the next brother. A year and a half later, it doesn't work. By the time you look up, 10 years, you done ran through 12 men. You have ran through 12 men.
I can't discredit anything that Eze is saying, and also I can't discredit what this woman is saying. Problem is, a lot of women, they don't know how to choose the right man. They look for the superficial shit instead of actually looking for a man of character. That's the problem. They go based upon what they see. Like, he got a good job, he's making millions of dollars, but they don't actually focus on the man's character. That's where a lot of problems come in. They focus on the man's money, the man's, look, what the man makes, how the man is portraying himself out in public. But they never actually take the time to actually get to learn what that man does, how that man actually is as a person. They focus on the superficial shit, like I said. And this woman seems like she focuses on a lot of the superficial shit. She's beautiful. But the thing is, she focuses on a lot of superficial shit.
Racking up your body count. So I don't agree with that. And that is why women need to learn how to vet a man. Look beyond his wallet. That's number one, because majority of women always go for a man with money. So ladies, look beyond his finance. Look beyond his good looks. Look beyond him being over 6 foot tall. Look beyond him having six-pack. Look beyond him being great in bed. The chances of a woman finding a man that will check all her boxes, forget being rare, it's not going to happen, because that man does not exist. So you ladies need to vet. The first thing I always say, you can tell who a man is based on his morals. Number two, his spirituality. His spirituality will let you know the kind of man he is. 3, his character. What kind of man is he? And 4, how does he react to stress? When he's under pressure, how does he react? Does he blow off the handle? Does he know how to control his emotions? Does he bicker like a woman? Does he sit there like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, going back and forth with you, bickering like a woman? These are the things that lets you know the kind of man you are getting involved with. So I disagree with her when she says get in, get out. That is the worst advice for women.
So I didn't necessarily do that as often as perhaps I should have. But I also think, creating a space to date and explore. Women that are driven in their careers,
They don't have time.
tend to forget about how intentional you need to be about
That's
dating.
another thing. I'm glad you said that. They don't have time.
You don't have time. They don't make time.
They don't make the time.
They don't make the
Different.
time.
They have the time. They don't make the time.
They don't make it because it
don't
gets
have to.
exhausting, right? When you're constantly coming up against the men that may not be equally yoked.
Yeah.
You're like,
There's a list of priorities.
that.
Is that how we're prioritizing these things? Like, this is more important than this right at this present time?
Yeah, I had a friend that said to me, very, very, very good friend. She said, you need to approach getting married like finding your dream job. The same way you would go and find interviews and have conversations. You need to find friends that have single friends. You need to be in spaces where there are single men, because of the type of man that you want to marry is very unique. So you're not going to just bump into him at a supermarket. You've got to be intentional.
That's a fact.
Facts. I agree with her 100%. I agree with her 100%. Just like if a woman want to date a doctor, she needs to go hang out where doctors hang out. If a woman wants to date a lawyer, she needs to go hang out where lawyers hang out.
And the crazy part is, these women know how to find this man that they're looking for, but they don't necessarily actually take the initiative to actually go pursue that man. And you want to know the bad part is? They sit there and just look around expecting the man just to approach them just because they're beautiful. Women like that, to me, is like they're always waiting for somebody to approach them. And they never actually take initiative to actually become approachable. But anyways, guys, I'm going to hop off of here. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening. Bye, guys.